What's good, John? Welcome back to the CFL Podcast, where I told y'all, man, we had nothing but big names this weekend, and it's still going. You know why? Because Mr. Tyler Parker, the 14-year-old sensation that's sweeping the whole college football world right now, man. I mean, everybody's talking about him. I mean, there's no way you couldn't have heard about this kid unless you lived under a rock, right? So listen, he here, right? I got him. He's been compared to people like Aaron Donald. You feel me? So you know I had to get him on the show. So without further ado, man, Mr. Tyler Parker. Tyler, what's going on with you, my boy?
What's up? How's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Yes, sir. Hey, before we start, I want to shout out your YouTube channel, man. I watched the Jackson State video. I loved it, man. I loved all the comments, everything. I want to shout out your stuff, man. I loved it.
Hey, I definitely appreciate you because when I saw you with
Yes, sir.
man, I said, oh, this dude's talented. I saw the clips, like I saw you at the camp. I ain't even seen the on-field highlights yet. You feel me? I was like, oh this dude's a monster. We gotta get him on.
Yeah.
All right, so check this out. I want to know, give me your top 3 defensive linemen right now.
Ooh. Are we talking in lead or are we talking I can do retiring all of them?
Yeah.
Retired,
playing,
okay.
It don't even matter.
I gotta go with Warren Sapp.
Mm-hmm.
Warren Sapp, Aaron Donald, and this is a tough one. Or JJ Watt, probably.
That's a nice 3. That's a nice 3 right there. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, now, would you rather get a strip sack fumble, a clowny hit, or an interception?
Ooh. I mean, strip sack, fumble, clowny hit, or interception. Man, interception for the big dudes is legendary. You know, that's like a once in a lifetime. That's like a once in a lifetime thing that it's like you get that. That might be a one thing in your whole career. So I'm gonna have to go with an interception.
Okay, all right. So see, you thinking outside the box. I like that.
Yeah.
And I know it's a big boy's dream to get an interception. So when you catch one, is catching it enough for you, or you looking to take that thing all the way?
Man, I'm taking that thing all the way, boy. I'm gonna be moving. Shoot. You better make that thing a lifetime memory.
All right. Now, another would you rather, all right? Would you rather power your way into a sack or finesse your way into a sack? What I mean by that is, would you rather just pile drive through an offensive lineman, or would you rather like Euro step spin your way into a sack? Like, which one would you rather do?
Well, the way I play, if you watch my highlights, you can see I'm more of a power guy. I love finesse too as well, but I mean, more it's just like when I line up, I use my advantage on a person, and I know I lift a lot. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with using speed moves as well. But if I had to choose, I'd rather long arm or push pull or bull rush somebody to the backfield to get a sack.
I like it because it gives us a little bit of insight into exactly what kind of player you are, right? So, I want to know: do you ever study moves from a pro and try to incorporate that into your game?
Yeah, 1,000%. I try to. I love Aaron Donald. I love how he do the cross chop move. That's one of my favorite moves, I could say. It's a lot of moves that I like, but mostly, I mean, some of the moves I just work on my own. But if I had to say somebody, for surely Aaron Donald.
And which is why you're getting a comparison. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're studying from him, clearly is working, right? Because like national recruiting analysts are comparing you to Aaron Donald. So you're doing a good job on that end. Now,
yes, sir. Appreciate that.
No, ain't no problem. So what's more frustrating as a defensive lineman? Because I'm a former defensive lineman myself, right?
Okay.
Get into the quarterback, getting him in your grasp, and he slips away, or just get into the quarterback and he throws the ball out before you can get the sack?
I gotta say, get into the QB and you're right there in front of hit him. and he get away. That got to be the most frustrating thing because it's like, dang, like now you using more energy because now you got to go chase after him or coach gonna
Yeah.
be on your butt. You feel me? So I had to say that. I gotta say that for sure.
Most definitely. Now,
Yeah.
when you're not playing, because you're 14, right? So you're still
Mm-hmm.
young. What do you do when you're not playing football?
A lot of people ask me this. It's not really too much I do outside of playing football because I mean it's kind of like a therapy for me. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the things I probably could say is I love shopping. I love shopping. You know, you can't ever disregard that. I like
And,
going to the lake, doing jet skiing and riding boats, doing all that fun
okay.
stuff. I'm an adventurous guy, I could say.
So you like being on the water?
Yeah. I love the water, the beach, all that stuff. Um, you know, not too many people think since I'm so big, I can boogie board, but I
Mm-hmm.
really can. I hop on that thing and start riding the waves.
Man, I can't do that, man. I'll be scared, dog. You ain't
What?
scared of what's in that water?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm from Cali though, so you know it's different.
True. Right.
I'm from
Yeah, no,
Cali, so it's
it's a
different.
different vibe down there. I get it. I
It's a
get it.
different vibe. You know, I'm 10 minutes away from the beach, so you just got to get over it.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah,
Anytime you want, you can just beat it, man. Oh, that's lovely, man. You can't beat that.
yeah, 100%.
So I need to know, man, where did that size come from, my guy? Like, was it from dad? Was it from my uncle? Like, was it mom? Was it granddad? Where did the size come from, man?
For surely I'll say my dad. My dad is a really big dude. My dad lifts a lot of weight. You know, he's kind of I wouldn't say he's a bodybuilder, but he be up there lifting and competing.
Mm-hmm.
And my older brother, he just committed to Cal as well, and he's a
Oh
big
wow.
dude just like me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So is your
And then
brother going there for football or?
yeah, my brother going there for football.
Dope. So y'all just a family of athletes, man. That's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, that's all it really is. I got all brothers. I got three brothers, so we all just athletes.
Mm. Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Now, when I was doing my research on you, right, my further research on you, I saw some eye popping numbers from what you're able to lift in the gym, man. It's including like
Yeah.
I saw you ran a 4.9 in the 40. I said, ain't no way.
Now,
I
I'm not
said,
gonna lie to you. I haven't addressed this on social media yet, but
mm,
my huddle whenever I went to my school, I don't run a 4.9. I think I run like a 5.2, 5.1, but I don't run a 4.9. I could for
that's
surely like this next off season, I'm a grind to get to that 4.9, but I don't run a
mm.
4.9 in my 40.
Man, listen, that's still pretty quick for your size, dog. It's just so you know. But,
Yeah.
and I have no doubt in my mind that you can get to that 4.9 because I've seen you
Mhm.
move. Like you're very quick, right?
Yeah.
So, but my question is, right? Like, what are your maxes with the bench press, the deadlift, all of that? Like, what's your max?
So bench press, I lift about 315. That's my
Hmm.
max as of right now,
Okay.
315. Deadlift. I do a lot of at my school. We don't really do too much of regular deadlift because our coach really don't believe in like hurting the back. But in trap bar deadlift, I lift about like 600 plus. So I lift,
Ooh.
yeah, I lift top weights in my thing. Now there's other people at my school. They lift like a bodybuilder, but they
Uh-huh.
can't move. They can't move the same size as I do.
Man. Oh, that's
Yes, sir.
crazy. I know your coaches love you, man. I know
Oh
that, man.
yeah. Yeah, my coach, he said it to this day, like the way how I walked in from day one till now, from everything from hang cleaning, hang snatch, all that stuff. I just hang cleaned what was it? 220, not 225, 245 the
Mm.
other day. So and I front squat about 400 pounds, I can say close to about.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I know you're always working out. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't shy away from that, and that's what I love about you. But how often do you work out
Yes,
exactly,
sir.
and what does a typical workout for you look like?
I feel a typical workout day for me looks like so I live in Los Angeles, but my school is about an hour and a half away. So I make the sacrifice every day, wake up early in the morning and drive to my school. So I get
Mm,
there around 7:30, I could say. Then I will have wrestling practice. I'm a wrestler as well, from about 8 to 10. Then I'll
mm,
go outside do my own bag drills and stuff for about an hour and a half, I could say. And then I'll have practice from probably about 12:30 to like 4:35, and then go back home sometimes. And then I'll do like push-ups and stuff on my own, some crunches. So I'm
mm.
really just constantly working, getting better at my craft every day.
I love that, bro. And it's kind of sounds like you already got the schedule of a college athlete, like from morning to the evening. Like you working out, you always doing something and being active. But like
Yes,
let me
sir.
ask you, right? What's the diet like on top of that? Because the diet's important.
Yeah, the diet is for surely is important. Um, I mean, my mom, I'm more of like I like chicken salads,
Mm.
salmon with salad. Now
Ooh,
don't get me wrong, I'm a big dude, and I'm 14, so sometimes I eat Chick-fil-A canes,
ain't nothing wrong with
um,
that. Yeah, of course. You still young, right?
in and
We
out.
all do that.
Yeah, you got to, but nah, I keep my diet on point and make sure I eat the right stuff day in and day out.
First of all, salmon with salad, man. I might need to try that. I ain't even heard of that combination
Oh
before.
yeah, nah, it's fire for sure. You just got to cook up the salmon right, have some good salad, get some put some veggies up in the salad, put some oil on top of that thing. Ooh wee, you'll be
Oh. All right, now, man, you've been blowing up. You've been blowing
hmm
up a lot. But before that came, before that this recognition came, when did you realize personally that, dang, I can really play Division I football? Like I got it. Like when did you realize that?
Ooh, that's an amazing question. I really got to sit down and think about. Um, wow. I don't. I mean, I feel like more. I had always doubted myself because of my height. Since
Mm,
I'm 6 foot, and it would be dudes who I was competing with that was in my same class or around my same age getting big time offers,
mm,
and just because they are 6'5", but I'm whipping on these 6'5" offensive linemen on a day
right.
to day basis. But these dudes got a USC offer, Florida State offer, but I think really it just came with more just. I think it was a day I was on vacation with my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I went out. I went out to the beach, and I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, and just went out on the sand on my own to work out. And I think from there, it was just like that was the first day where I really started building the I am Tyler Parker brand.
Right.
So I think that day it made me realize like I got something cooking. Like if I do this and put my mindset to this every day and writing down my goals of what I want to achieve, then I
Mm,
for surely can do that. No matter if my height, size, or what this coach or trainer said, really that's it.
mm. And it's interesting that you mentioned your brand, right? Like, are you planning on making, especially in this age of NIL, are you planning on making like
Yeah.
merch or like t-shirts? Like, what are you planning on doing any of that?
Yeah, right now I'm cooking up some stuff right now. I'm cooking up some t-shirts. I got a cool logo that I'm working on right now. I'm working on some t-shirts, but as of right now, I'm just trying to enjoy the process. I'm still taking it all in. A lot
Yeah,
of stuff has come with this. The people say famous lifestyle, whatever. I don't like to get into all that, but
yeah.
a lot of stuff came with it.
I mean, and it's important to just to reiterate, bro. You are only 14. You're still young, so don't let
hmm
anybody feel like you gotta rush into this, but you got time. You feel
Yeah.
me? You got nothing but time to figure this thing out. So don't even let like any comments or anything feel like you gotta rush into that.
hmm
But my next question for you is, I need you to tell everybody the story and me the story actually on what made you go viral. Like, what made you get this attention? Like, how did that happen?
Oh, so that's it's a great question. I can say you can ask. I mean, I've always been big lifting. Every time I lift in the workout, lift. But that was my first time I really like took my shirt off and accidentally flex. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I was on Instagram Live, and it was really my older brother's. It was my older brother's. It was his. He was like, "Little bro, man, post that. You look big." He was like, he joined my Instagram Live. He's like, "Bro, you look big. Take a few photos." So I had this one dude who was in the gym. I was like, "Hey man, flick me up real quick, you know." And
Mhm.
I posted the photo on Twitter. So funny story, it went viral on Twitter for about a day or two. I was still at the same Instagram followers, everything else, all my other social medias. It went really viral on Twitter.
Mhm.
And then I woke up. I think it was Wednesday morning. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning because it was a lot of college coaches who follow me on Twitter.
Right.
So I sent them on my Twitter. I woke up early in the morning, and then I went back to sleep. Woke back around like 8:30, and then I seen Max Preps overtime season. It was all over everywhere, and I was just like, "Whoa!" And then from there, it just took off.
Wow. So like you woke up
Yeah.
to all that attention, the college coaches and everything. Like you woke up to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a great feeling. Don't get me wrong. For a 14-year-old my age,
Mhm.
waking up with all them comments and likes, that's an amazing feeling.
So okay, so has anything crazy happened during this whole time of you getting all this attention? Like, did anybody crazy follow you? Like, did anything? Was there a crazy comment? Like, what's the craziest thing that happened during this time?
Uh well, as of right now, I'm NBC. I'm going to be on an NBC show in a week or two, based off my photo. Yeah, in a Fox Sports episode. So So with that, it's just like that was probably one of the craziest. But I mean, it was a lot of people. Have you remember Little Terrio, that one?
Yeah,
He tapped in with me yesterday. Jesse Wolf from Shark Tank. A lot of D1 college football players from Ole Miss, Auburn. Um, Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle.
Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell, yes sir. My bad.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Calais Campbell had followed me and commented on my thing. Um, it was a lot of NFL players. I think his name's Dante Moore. It was a lot of people.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like when you seen the NFL players following you at 14, bro, how does that feel?
It doesn't feel real because it's just like wow, it's just like wow, this is this really real? You
Mm,
don't really like realize that like this is actually a real lifestyle, that there's real NFL players in my DMs. What's good, little bro? Tap in
mm.
with me if you ever need anything. So a lot of that good stuff.
Hey, just word to the wise. If you got a chance to tap in with them, definitely tap in with them. You feel me?
Man, you already know. You already know.
All right, now your first scholarship offer came from Arizona.
Hmm.
Take me through the moment that you received your first scholarship.
That's a
How did
funny
it happen?
story. So
Okay.
about 2 days before, I dropped my phone in my friend's pool, so I didn't have a phone for 2 days.
Hmm.
So my head coach was calling me like crazy. Yo, TP, I need you to answer my phone, but I don't have a phone at this time. So I'm
Right.
waiting for my phone to ship to my house. So the minute I open my phone and stuff, my coach is calling me. I'm thinking something bad happened. Thinking I might be in
Right.
trouble. I just didn't know. You never know. You
Hmm.
know. So then I called him back. He was like, man, D line coach and the defensive coordinator and the defensive line GA at Arizona, they want to talk to you. They really like your film. So I talked to the GA, and then me and the GA had talked, and then he wanted me to talk to the D line coach the next day. And I talked to the D line coach. I love the D line coach, Ricky Hunley, great guy.
Hmm.
And from there, he just explained to me, talked to me and my family, and then he just threw out the offer. And it didn't. I broke down in tears because I mean, a year ago I got told I wouldn't be nowhere near where I am right now.
Mm.
So I'm really just blessed and able to know that hard work and dedication and just knowing to just keep grinding and don't believe in what people say about you. got me to that position to be able to get that first offer from University of Arizona.
Right. And as I recall, I think you visit. I know you visited Arizona because let me tell you, bro, those pictures were fresh. Those pictures were fresh. I had to tell you that. I don't know what kind of camera they was using, but it was HD. The poses was nice. Like, you did your thing with that. But I wanted to know, what did you enjoy most about the Arizona visit?
I enjoy, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Arizona is hot, dog. Like, well, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I got to pick either through Arizona or the South. I'm taking the South all day. I'll take the humid. I'll take the humid over that dry heat Arizona. Man, it's too hot. Like, but I loved Arizona though. You know, the coaching staff, the hospitality they showed me. I'm really big on hospitality during my recruiting process right now through all of the schools I had visited. I really love the hospitality, the way they treated me. You know, treated me like they really wanted me, and I just had a great talk with all the coaches.
And at 14, how important is it to you that schools come out, reach out to you early on in your high school career to try to establish a relationship?
It's really good. It's different, you know. Of course, it's hard. You know how the NCAA rules and all that stuff is. Don't get me wrong, but I love it. How do I say it? It feels blessed, but you know, it's at the same time. It's like it's some coaches. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was some coaches that I met on like my recruiting tour that wasn't that you know that probably didn't show me the same hospitality or I wouldn't say respect or treat me the same way how they are now. But you know, you always remember that. You know, I forget names a lot. Don't get me wrong, but the way how people treat you is amazing, and that's why I know. Is Jackson State like your favorite school or something?
I cover HBCUs, so Jackson State is who I cover the most out of those HBCUs.
Okay. Yeah, Jackson State. Jackson State showed me a lot of hospitality. Jackson State shocked me, man. I can definitely see why Travis Hunter chose Jackson State over Florida State. 1,000%. The coaching staff from Jackson State, from like and I'm not going to call the school who it was, but from Jackson State comparing when I'm talking a major D1 SEC school on a whole different level. Now, don't get me, I mean, the money, facilities, all that stuff, but the way the people were at Jackson State was 1,000% different than how people were at other schools. And I love that. And especially with Deion Sanders, the whole historical black college. And I was never really too sure about going to a black college, you know, with the NFL draft and how that all is.
Right.
But Deion Sanders for surely opened my mind on going there to Jackson State.
That's great to hear because you know that Southern hospitality is different, you know, down here. In case you didn't know, but you know, as far as the whole NFL thing, right? Let me in case you didn't know, you know, the highest paid linebacker in the league comes from South Carolina State at HBCU. You know, a fourth round pick in Jacoby Durant, you know, from South Carolina State. Jackson State, they put some people in the league. FAMU has you know, like HBCUs have a lot of NFL talent that's coming out after next season. So, you know, it's definitely a good time to get in on it if that's what you choose to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so, no doubt.
Now, what all schools? Obviously we just mentioned Jackson State and we talked about Arizona, but what other schools have you visited?
I visited Mississippi State, LSU, Texas A&M, TCU. Where else? SMU, Southern Methodist University, Jackson State, as you know, Mississippi State, Hill State. I think that University of Arizona, USC, or University of Texas, and where else? That was kind of about it, I could say.
Ooh, that's a good amount to start off with, just so you know.
It is. It is.
Now, is it important to you to stay close to home, or does that not really matter?
Of course, you know, I love California. California is probably one of the best states out. You know, I had an argument with Prime Time about this between Cali ball and Florida ball. We was arguing in a room, And he from Florida, so he was talking about Florida ball better than this. Oh, like, man, Cali ball, where is that? All
Yeah.
the greats, Bryce Young, all them dudes, Cali. You know what I'm saying? But no, of course, I would love to stay home, but also I want to explore for my own self. See something new, get out of my comfort zone, I could say, and get a testament to myself.
Mm. Now, how did the Jackson State visit come about? Who hit you up from that Jackson State coaching staff and told you like, "Hey, we want you to come see how it is down here"?
So the Jackson State visit was the most last minute thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're driving back from Texas all the way to Mississippi on my recruiting tour with PPI recruits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we're driving through, and we see Jackson, Mississippi. I never knew Jackson State was even in Mississippi, to be real with you. Never really did too much of a follow up on Jackson State. And my recruiter, he's texting, calling around, saying, "Man, anybody know anybody at Jackson State?" And we got in contact with Coach Otis Radley,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like the worst part about the Jackson State visit is we rushed Jackson State to go to Mississippi State. So like, Deion Sanders, he was gonna take care of us. He
Right.
wanted us to stay for the practice, everything after, talk ball, all that stuff. And we rushed Jackson State, and we drove all the way to Mississippi State, and Mississippi State really didn't have the best. I don't really want to talk down on no school. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, but Mississippi State wasn't the best. Like I rather would have stayed at Jackson State for the day than go to Mississippi State. To be real with you.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's saying a lot, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And during your time at Jackson State, I hope that you got to see the new facilities. If you did, what was your thoughts on it?
Jack, I feel like facilities is nice and all. Don't get me wrong. Uniforms is nice and all, but kind of how I told you, if I wanted to go see facilities, all that stuff, I mean, I can go to Alabama, Georgia,
Right.
big time programs to go see all that stuff. But I'm more about hospitality and how the way people treat me, And Jackson State, they really like me a lot. Even Deion Sanders did. Me and Deion Sanders, we connected well,
Mm.
especially because of recruiting. Who I went, they're an international group, so they were all from like Europe, Africa, all over that way. I was the only American or part of the tour, so
Right.
me and Deion Sanders connected really well. The D line coach, I liked him too, and they made sure to get my Twitter and made sure they wanted to really start recruiting me, especially based off of how big I was for 14.
Mm. Now, when you saw, because I know you mentioned Travis earlier, when you saw Travis Hunter, and then you turn around and see Kevin Coleman, the number one player in the country, the number one slot receiver in the country, both commit to Jackson State. What did you think right there in that moment?
While I was there, or when I saw it on social media?
Oh, like when you first heard the news, like that they committed to a HBCU, what did you think?
I was shocked, especially with the NIL. And I heard a lot of the money that the rumors were Florida State. I was shocked, but I for surely knew Deion Sanders he would have to be doing something, because for anybody to switch from a major D1 program like FSU
Mm.
all the way to Jack. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. The minute I got the word that we were going to go see, I was 1,000% excited. And the fact that Deion Sanders' prime time was on campus the same day we were going.
Mm. Now, of course, you're getting the attention and everything like that, and that's great, right? But college coaches do want to make sure that, and the NCAA definitely wants to make sure that your grades are up to par as well to be a collegiate athlete. So how's your grades? How's school like?
I have a 3.36 GPA. My favorite subject is math. For my school, we're the number 2 school in education in California, the number 15th across in the country. So I go to a really tough education school. My school isn't really based off of athletics; it's more based off of education. So with that, I take care of my grades. I'm more of like I think like kind of how you said, like I would never want to coach where a big time program where I don't want to limit myself from Ivy League schools, all the way down to the bottom. No matter what. Of course I know people you can go. There's a lot of people that gets into big time programs but don't have the grades. But I go based off of like, man, football isn't who I am. It's just something that I do. You know,
Right.
school and having an education and getting a degree means a lot to me, and that can take me a long way in life for anything. Even if I do continue to play football all the way to the NFL, or even if I stop at college. So I don't want to limit myself in my life just based off of football and just promising myself on football, because if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not going to be playing football for my whole life.
Mm.
I'm not a Tom Brady.
And and I never hear like recruits, especially your age, even have the capability of like thinking that way, of saying things like that.
Hmm.
It is important to remember that football is not who you are. It's something it's something that you do, and it's something that you do well. But
Hmm.
never make that 100% of who you are, right? Because if it's taken away from you, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen guys who used to go to your school and all they could talk about is the glory days, because football was just that was it. That was it for them. So
Hundred
I
percent.
love that you're thinking like that. It's never 100% who you are. You feel me? I
Hmm.
like that. Now, what's your favorite subject in school?
I love. Whew, it's now. I used to hate reading, dog. I hate reading books. But I started to fall in love with reading books. But I love math, like math is a challenge for me, and I just love challenges. Even with football, like a lot of people in my school, we play in the best league in the country. So, we play modern day, St. John Bosco,
I
all them
didn't know
schools.
that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we're one of the top teams in the country. So I play all those big schools. So I love having a challenge. Like I love people telling me, "Oh, I can't do something. Oh, we can't beat modern day. You don't know that math problem." I just love having a challenge.
Man, first of all, you are the second person to say that math is your favorite subject on here. You and
Really?
Tavion Galloway said that. I commend y'all because man, I hated math growing up. I really did. So I love that about you. It
Yeah.
means your critical thinking skills are up here. I like that.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
Now, and first of all, you saying that you playing the best conference in Cali, one of the best conferences in the league. I had no idea. I had no idea
Yeah.
y'all played St. John's Bosco and Mater Dei. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
I play
imagine
all those
like when
top
you
teams.
go off against those schools, it's doing nothing but helping your stock even more as far as your rating goes.
100%. 100%. That's a big reason why I chose the school. And even though the sacrifice, like I said, waking up early in the morning, driving an hour and a half every day to go to school, which is a big sacrifice on me and my family, not getting back home till 8 o'clock, and
Mm,
still on top having a load of homework to do and
right.
classwork. But just the sacrifice of kind of how you said of just playing against those teams would just raise my stock even more, which I'm really excited for the season.
And it's crazy, right? Because I know we're talking about St. John's Bosco. Somebody mentioned in the comment section. Did you know that a player from St. John's Bosco just signed with Jackson State in this past class, this freshman class?
I did not know that. Well, wait, are they at St. John Bosco right now?
No, like he's now a freshman going into his freshman year at Jackson State. He just signed with.
I'm not really too sure. I do know there's a Samoan kid. I forgot his name, but he goes to Jackson State and he's from my hometown, Carson, California. Big
Mm,
Samoan kid, offensive lineman, and I know he's from out here, but I forgot his name. I don't really know him like that, but I just heard about him. But no, no, sir.
okay, I think you talk about Semi Moala too, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's Semi.
I know he's like the only Samoan on the team. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So that might be who you're talking about.
All right, now let's get to you as a player. What is
Hmm.
your style of play? Like, when you're on Madden and like say you were creating a defensive lineman, there's pass rushers,
Hmm.
there's run stoppers, there's balance kind of guys. What is your archetype as a player?
Mm, I'm a run player first. I play the run. Don't get me wrong. I will play the run before pass. Um, because playing the run game is key. Playing the run game is really key. But I mean, if I go, if it's a pass rush, it's third down and 15, and coach line me up at the three check, I'm gonna work and I'm gonna try to get to that QB. So
Mm,
I'll say I'm not gonna say I'm a third down guy because I mean, but I'm that player that if you need me on that last play to go make a play, I'm gonna go make a play for sure.
mm, Love the mindset. Love the
Yeah,
mindset.
yeah.
Now, you're going into your sophomore season. You finished your freshman season last year. What were your takeaways from your freshman season?
So this is a funny story. Not too many people knows about this. So I was going to be able to start on my varsity season as a freshman, but since I was 13 during my freshman season, and in CIF rules, you have to be 14 and you have to sign a legal contract to be able to play varsity season. Safety wise, because I mean, to be honest, there's no 13-year-old that looked like me back then that was in the country,
Right.
or in California. So they have those rules based off of other people to keep people's safety, which I totally understand. So I mean, the takeaways from my freshman season, I really just took like a I think I just developed my game, had fun with the game. I played my last varsity game after I turned 14. I just kind of got like a wet. I just kind of got through in there, started, and just played my game. So I really didn't learn too much of my freshman season. But from my freshman season to sophomore now, if you go look at back at my highlights and from how I developed my game so much,
Mm.
it's crazy.
Man, so that is crazy, and it's also crazy
Hmm.
that if it wasn't for your age, you could have been a starter in one of the best conferences in California as a freshman. That is
Yeah,
absolutely wild. Like you're
yeah,
talking about a
100%.
conference that puts out so much future NFL talent, so
Hmm.
much Power Five. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a blessing to me. I really didn't. We really didn't. My culture side didn't really know too much about it before I came, to be honest, because
Mhm.
there would never be a 13-year-old they would just throw in there in a varsity game, especially in the Trinity League, the number one league in America. So
Mm.
kind of how you said, yeah, but yeah, no doubt.
Now, I want to know what's the biggest play, or at least your favorite play that you made last season. Take me through that.
Whew. I've scored a touchdown before. It's not on my
Okay.
huddle because, as when you're on the freshman team, they don't give you the same good film how they give the varsity. So it's
Uh,
not on my huddle. But probably picking up a ball on a special team where it was they were punting off the ball. My boy, he blocked the punt, and I scooped it up and scored. Or probably in the varsity game, I made a good tackle for loss. Played the run game really well. Shed, got off the ball, got a good get off, shed it off the ball, looked read, and got to the tackle. That was probably and that was a really good because that was my first varsity game, so everybody was really excited for me that I
right.
had got my first tackle on papers.
Oh, that's dope. That's definitely. It
Yeah,
seems like you did a lot your freshman year, man. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So, do you have any idea? Because I know the 24/7 Sports Composite, their rankings for your class comes out in like less than a year. So,
Hmm.
do you have any idea where you'll be ranked right now? Like any clue?
Um, Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, kind of how I tell people, rankings. I don't think rankings matter to me because, I mean, a lot of people, they go rankings based off of what type of offers you got, not really your play.
Mm-hmm.
So offers don't really matter to me. I mean, of course, I hope to be the number one defensive tackle in the country, but if not, I still go by the mindset. We gonna lie down. We gonna get down and we gonna get to it, and we gonna see who the best.
Mm.
The rankings and stuff, that's all cool online, but it only matter whenever it's time to line up and it's the snap of the ball.
And I know you plan on attending more camps, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, because man, I saw you going in.
Yeah.
Now, normally I don't even ask fan questions until we done. But I like what I see from a fan right here who wants to know: will he check out other HBCUs like FAMU, South Carolina State, or Grambling that has a ton of Cali players?
Don't get me wrong. Grambling, their whole coaching staff follow me on Twitter. I think about the last week or so.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of how I said, with Jackson State impressing me on the HBCU level, I do not have a problem with going to go visit other HBCUs. I'm for surely open,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just love because I'm a big in my culture, being Black excellence. I'm big on that. So with
Mm-hmm.
myself, so if kind of how which I respect Travis Hunter, those guys, what they did was really for the culture, and I go by by that hashtag, do it all for the culture, which I really respect those guys of what they did. So I don't really have a problem. Soon I should be able to go visit some HBCUs on my own. Go take some of those visits.
Okay, all right. Now we're winding down. We're winding down in the interview now. So to everybody
Okay.
watching, number one, we got 130 people up in here and counting. So like that, but please like the stream. It don't even cost y'all nothing. Y'all know that. Also, if you got questions on them, get them out now because I got like 4 more questions left before we get them up out of here because we ain't trying to hold them too long. So y'all get your questions
Yeah.
out now. But I want to know. What are you looking to accomplish before you graduate high school?
Whew. Wow. I don't. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to accomplish for my sophomore year, which I mean, I feel like after my sophomore year, I'll write down some new goals. But I had a lot of
Mm,
goals, some personal goals, some football goals. But for surely, I want to be the best defensive tackle in the country. To be real with you,
mm,
be the best defensive tackle in the country. No matter, if I grow 6 foot, I go 6'6", go 6'4", or if I stay at the same height I am, I'm gonna just work to be the best defensive tackle in the country and make it the best, and just show every coach in America that there's a reason why Aaron Donald is the best defensive tackle in the world. In the
right.
world. So I'll go by that. That's probably really one of my only goals that I have before I graduate high school.
And I was gonna ask you earlier, right? Until you told me that you played in the best league
Hmm.
in high school football. But I was gonna ask you, like, were any of these top high school programs like trying to get at you to transfer, like an IMG Academy, and like, would you have considered transferring to one of those schools?
So IMG Academy did hit me up about transferring. The
I
whole
figured,
coaching staff did. St. Francis Academy in Baltimore did.
yeah.
Some modern day did as well. But you know, I go by the term of if it ain't broke, why fix it? You know,
Right.
like I mean, I don't have no complaints right now with the high school I'm at. I enjoy myself there. I have great friendships that I built there, great relationships that I built that'll last a long time in my life. And I mean my mom is happy with me being there, and just the school alone, like I told you with the education. So I don't really have no complaints to go move all the way to Florida, especially when I'm 14, which I don't knock anybody's parents that do that, but it just don't make sense to me. Like when I got a high school that's distance away from me where I can still make it out.
Mm,
If you believe in your talent, then you can just stay where you at and just make it the best of what it is.
right. Right. Now, what's one part of your game that you feel like you can improve in, and what's one part of your game that you feel like you can flex on right now?
Um, hmm, I feel like more I can become. I've been working on more of a finesse, being a little bit more finesse. Because a lot of college coaches, anybody can power. Don't get me wrong, and I do have finesse moves as well. But just
Mm,
working on some finesse, working on footwork, hips, working on splitting double teams because the front that we run at my school, we run a 3-3-5.
mm,
So I'm on the zero right over the center. So I get a double team every play. The only time I don't get a double team is if we go in our grizzly bear front and it's a 5 down and I get moved over to the 3 tech. So really just staying low, splitting them double teams, having them big Samoan boys, them big boys trying to move me out the way.
man, and What does West Coast football look like? Like, what's the style of play over there for y'all? Because I'm from the South. You know, I know we play differently than how y'all do in the West. What's that style of football like over there?
Now the South is the grit and dirty. Don't get me wrong. You know, I got woken up whenever I went to the South. I was like, dang, these boys real. Don't get me wrong. But in Cali ball, I ain't gonna be afraid to say it. We more pretty boy, like, you know, we all with the drip and stuff. But we just got athletes that's just not scared to compete. But then there is some like that. So Cali ball is just like, I don't know how to explain from Cali ball, really how Cali ball is, but I mean, just Cali ball, you just look at the stats. Cali ball got some of the best athletes out right now. And there's a reason why all these powerhouse big schools is coming to California recruiting all these Cali boys.
Man, listen, Tyler, this has been, man, when I say this has been one of my best interviews, most enjoyable interviews that I've done so far, I mean that. And I feel like I gotta have you back on for that reason. Just for that reason. You feel me? So I just want, before we get into these fan questions, I just want to say thank you. Like this, again, this is one of the best interviews I've ever done. And like, man, I'm gonna continue to follow you. I know a lot of these Jackson State fans are gonna continue to follow you. You might see a lot of subscribers after this. And man, this was just enjoyable. So thank you again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me on as well.
It was my pleasure, man. So Waves on Swim wants to know, at what age did he start lifting weights?
Let me think back. I would probably say probably 12 years old, 11, 12 years old. Ooh. Between that age group. Yeah. I think at around 13, I was lifting around 275 max for bench press. 12, 13 age, between that.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. So HBCU Overdrive wants to know, what's the hardest school you played against in the Trinity League?
People might think I'm lying when I say this, but probably Bosco or Servite. Like, modern day, them boys is good. Don't get me wrong, but Bosco, they got the big Samoans, dudes that's like, they weigh like 400 pounds.
Right.
Every year. So, you know, you got two of them dudes on you. You just like, damn, like, I got to put my hand in the dirt and go again, you know. And Servite has some big dudes too, man. There's one dude from Mason Graham who just went to Michigan. Probably the best offensive lineman I've ever went against in my life. Or Ernest Green, who went to Georgia. He got heavy hands. So it's a numerous of great linemen and great competition, which is why, you know, you get some sacks or tackle for losses, which I hope to do versus some modern day Bosco games. I'll have every offer in the country.
And Miss Ivy Tude wants to know, what is in your playlist
for music?
Yeah, for music.
That's an awesome. I love Lil Baby tough.
Okay.
Lil Baby hard. Raw Wave is my best rapper though. Raw Wave, you gotta love you some Raw Wave, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Raw Wave for sure. I don't know. Do you know FCG Heem?
I heard about him, but I ain't really checked him out like that.
FCG Heem is cool too, but Lil Baby, Raw Wave on my top 2 right now. That's what I listen to on a day-to-day basis. And I like NBA YoungBoy too, you know.
Oh man, yeah, I know. People, y'all age, man, y'all love YoungBoy. I get it. I understand. I get it. So Shockey wants to know, what is his max back squat and his weight? He must have came in late, so I don't think he heard it.
Okay. I didn't say my max back squat. To be honest with you, I think the last time I lifted a back squat, I think I had about like 5 plates up on that thing. Because I had an accident, and I should tell you guys a funny story. So do not do this, man. My strength and conditioning coach was really mad at me. So I had 5 plates we doing from back squats, from box squats. And I'm lifting by myself. I'm lifting by myself. I had like a spotter come over from now, but I got the rack to myself. So my dumb self, I'm like, because I usually have a partner, so I take off 3, 4 of the plates on one side, so it's unbalanced.
Yeah.
So the weight went flying like this, and oh man, I had it, boy. I had to go do some punishment stuff, everything, because usually, I mean, I'm an impressive guy to watch in the weight room. To be real with you, it's always a lot of people around my rack from the heavy weights I'm doing and stuff, and just me being so young, and everybody in my team knows that. So my coach was really mad at me because I wasn't thinking smart and I wasn't locked in, but I was locked in, if that makes sense.
Man, I made the same mistake actually when I was in school, so I know exactly
Really?
what you're saying. That's why I laughed. I remember doing that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Somebody had a question, a good one. Somebody says, "Do you carry your birth certificate with you when you go to games?"
Yeah, I have to, and whenever I go out to eat, because like you guys watch my YouTube videos, like sometimes when I'm in getting food or stuff, they have like the kids prices from like ages 3 to 14 than adults, so I have to like argue with them. So then my mom had to give me my card and keep it on me all the time, so I don't have to argue with the people telling them I'm 14 and stuff, because then they don't give me the discount price on from the adult and being a kid.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yes,
No, that's
sir.
crazy. All right, I'm gonna ask one more from the fans. How long did you play middle school football before the coaching staff realized they need to move you up?
I've been playing up my whole life, I could say, because and out here in California, it's not really like the South. We have weight limit here, so um, but they kind of just changed it around. But since I was a young kid, I was like 5 playing with 7-year-olds. So really, that's really what which I'm really glad that helped me to this day. It's just I'm never really too scared to line up against somebody that's bigger than me or older than me, if that makes sense.
I get it. Now, for the people asking, his social media is in the ticker below. So if y'all want to follow him on Twitter and Instagram, cause I saw a couple of y'all asking, there it is. Tyler, please let them know your your YouTube channel, because you do have a YouTube channel that you post on as well. So tell everybody that.
So my YouTube, I film my daily life. I film college story vlogs. If you guys want to find out what I eat to go into more depth, workout vlogs, what I do on the gym, all that stuff. What a day in the life of Tyler Parker is. Search up Tyler Parker on YouTube, TYLERPARKER, and go ahead, subscribe, and kind of how my guy said, I am _ Tyler Parker on every social media site, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. And you just want to see how I live my life and workout videos, go ahead and I post all of that stuff on there.
There y'all have it, man. Tyler Parker, the 14-year-old recruit who was one of the top players in his class, and we gonna have that solidified with 24/7 Sports Composite release that rankings in a year. Hey, Tyler, man, this was a dope interview.
Sir.
And of course, we gonna get the word out after this interview, clip it, let people know who didn't watch it, what they missed out on. So and I'm gonna get up with you, man. I really appreciate
That's real.
doing this. This was a great interview, man. I really appreciate it.
That's real. Yeah, no, I appreciate all you guys, fans, everybody who tuned in to this video, watching this 55-minute, almost to an hour long interview of me and him just talking all the questions, you guys getting to know me more personally. And I appreciate my guy Kobe for reaching out to do this amazing interview. To be honest, this was probably one of my, so far, I've done a lot of interviews, but this is my favorite interview. I'm upstanding, and I've been standing for about an hour, and I've been interested, and I really love the interviews and the questions, and I just thank you for having me on, man.
Hey, no problem. And do you want to get a shout out to anybody, anything you want to shout out before you go?
Hey, shout out my family, shout out PPI Recruits, Brandon Collier, everybody. Shout out everybody that's a part of my team, a part of my circle. And hey, man, we're gonna stay grinding.
Yes, sir. Hey,
Yes,
Tyler,
sir.
man, I'm gonna get up with you. Thank you, and
Yes, sir.
we gonna talk soon, bro. Have a good day.
Yes, sir. All right, you too.
All right, bro. Man, that is a kid who has his head on straight. This, and I know I say this about like almost every interview I got, but man, this was truly one of the more enjoyable interviews that I've done. I think somebody said in the comments like, man, he a better interviewer than some adults, and that's true. That's true, man. Like he was a very interesting person to interview. So that concludes the big names that we got for this weekend. 4-star recruit Tavion Galloway. That was yesterday. Y'all go check that interview out if you have not. All right, he has 3 HBCU offers on top of a lot of FBS offers: Grambling, FAMU, Jackson State. He'll make his decision on the 23rd, less than a week away. So y'all watch out for that. Also, and of course we just had Tyler Parker. Now, when these rankings come out for 24/7 Sports for his class in a year, there's no doubt in my mind this kid is going to be one of the top defensive tackles in the country. Like it's a given. It's a given. The only question is now, where does he fall on that list? And for him to say that his recruiting agency or wherever he was with, that they rushed Jackson State to get to Mississippi State, only to find out Ole Miss and Mississippi State, just to find out that Mississippi State wasn't really on nothing, and that he would have rather stayed at Jackson State, that he enjoyed Jackson State more than he did Mississippi State. That was crazy to me. That he enjoyed Jackson State that much, that him and Coach Prime, it sounded like him and Coach Prime really got that relationship going from that interview that he had. Keep in mind, this kid is only 14. He ain't even played his sophomore year in high school yet. It's coming. He has a lot of time. That is a lot of time for Coach to really develop that relationship with him. I think they got a good chance with him, just from what I heard. I don't know about y'all, but from what I heard about him in Jackson State, they got a chance. They got a chance, especially because before I know watching the interview with him, he said before he didn't even really believe that HBCUs could get kids to the next level in the NFL, and then obviously his opinion changed on that once he saw the movement that was happening. So, man, listen, clip that and send it to Jackson State. I'm gonna definitely do that, Chris. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna send it to JSU just so they know, like, just how much that kid enjoyed that visit, just in case they didn't. That's something I'm gonna do for real. Man, that kid was just an amazing kid. And why I know that first of all, why he should be number 1 in the country in his class when the rankings come out. Number 1, he plays in the best conference in high school football in the country. Mater Dei, St. John's Bosco, Servite. Those are schools that put out constant Power 5 talent. I mean, top recruits in the country. Top recruits in the country, right? So that's why he should be number 1, right? Number 2, he could have started if he wasn't 13. He could have started for one of the biggest schools, for one of the schools in the best conference in high school football. That's the only thing that held him back. Come on, man. Come on, he's gonna be up there. And shout out to my boy. He back here, Tyler. Shout out to you, man. This is one of the best interviews ever. All right, but hey, y'all go follow Tyler on every social media site. You look out for his brand because it's coming. It's coming, but all his social media is in the ticker below. I'm gonna give y'all time to go look at that. But basically, it's _Tyler Parker on everything. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's TikTok. Like, look out for that. And he has a YouTube channel that he's active on. So go search Tyler Parker and you'll see his YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Comment on that. Let him know, man. Like, y'all would definitely love to have him at your school. So yeah, man. And let me see. CFL, you got media day. All right, so let me address this. I applied for my SWAC media day credentials, and I was approved. However, I cannot make that trip. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not driving those 6 hours. That's wild. All right, so I can't go this year. I cannot go this year. That's just too tight of a schedule. But yes, I am approved. So if I wanted to go, I could go. Because they gave me my credentials. Simi Moala. Some people were talking about him in the comment section. So to clear it up, from what I heard, he's no longer a part of that team. Again, I heard this. Now, I'm not gonna say how true it is because I need it to be confirmed for me. But that's what I've heard. I heard that competition is so fierce at that offensive line position. Like competition is just so fierce that they still got cuts to do. I hope y'all know that. Like they add 130 kids, they got to get down to 100. That's just what it is. Reuben Hogan. Word on Malachi Wideman. Good news on Malachi Wideman. Malachi is back. Okay, I think there's a set date that he's going to be back practicing with the team that I know. He's back. He got his grades up. Malachi Wideman is good. Just like I told y'all he would be. So yeah, Malachi's good, which means that receiving room is even more stacked. Lord Jesus, that receiving room is stacked, bro. Seriously, that receiving room is stacked. So yeah, that's what it is. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was very enjoyable. I'm going to get back to making content. I'm gonna see who we gonna have on next. I'm gonna interview DM a couple players, see if I can get them on. I'll reach out to Tavion Beasley. That's a name who's been thrown around a lot. I hit him up on Instagram, but I think he got a lot of followers on Instagram. Maybe he ain't seen it. It's less on Twitter. I'm gonna hit him up on Twitter, see if I can get him on. So we'll do that. I hit up Javante Rucker. I want to get an interview with him as well. I'll hit back Xavier Smith, see if we can get a time worked out. That interview was been supposed to happen, but he was going through some things, and that's why that interview got canceled. So we'll do that. But man, a lot of big ideas. Hey, and big shout out to my man. Where he at? I know he in this comment section. Where he at? I saw him. Big Mike, man, shout out to my dog, Big Mike, man. I ain't gonna get into it, but Big Mike, man, we talk. He gave me a lot of great insight as far as taking the show to the next level. So, man, shout out to Big Mike, bro. He's one of the OG subscribers on this channel. Really enjoy talking to the brother. Mike, you know how we do, man. Shout out to you. But yeah, let me see all the comments while I get up out of here. Y'all been worried about Malachi grades don't come up overnight, my boy. Hey, facts, man. Every show they worried about Malachi. I told y'all his grades was gonna be good. Like he just needed time. Grades do not come up overnight. So yeah, Malachi Wideman is back. He's going to start practice on a set date if he's not back already. And yes, he'll be ready for week 1. His grades are up now. It's no problem there. Basketball just kind of took a swung at it. Shane Hooks. Oh, Darshan McMillan. I reached out to Cam. A lot of these dudes got a lot of subscribers. Not subscribers, but followers on social media. So I know they got like a ton of DMs. I'll be like, so when I reach out, like I'm like, maybe he might not see it, but I reached out to Cam. I've been wanting Cam on the show. So anybody who got ties to Cam, tell them hit me up on social media. Twitter, preferably Instagram, but Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Tell them hit me up because I've been trying to get them on. Shane Hooks, I will definitely see if I can, see what we can do with that. Mr. G. So I don't know. I don't think Quay is a bad speaker. But when I reached out to him, I did ask him to come on the show. And of course, you know, he agreed. We talked for a little bit back when I made that video on the receivers for Jackson State. But, you know, then like I asked him when we got closer, I'm like, hey, you know, you wanna do this? And he, you know, he ain't never responded. So I don't know what was going on during that time. But, you know, I'm not gonna say he's a bad speaker. I don't think that's the case. A Zay Bowden interview. That could work. No, that could work. That could definitely work. I ain't even thought about Zay. Y'all need to exactly tag him. All of y'all tag him. All of y'all tag him, please. I would really appreciate that. Go to Cam, tag Cam, tell him, hey, CFL wants you on the show for an interview. What you doing? Get with him. Let's make this happen. All right. But hey, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for being a part of one of the best interviews on this channel. Y'all always support, y'all always show out. And you know, it's gonna be a video coming soon, man. But hey, I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.